YouTube? It's your boy, the S6Ep98, welcoming you back to the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, day number 98. We're in the final stretch of it, folks. Only 2 days after today. And today we're taking a look at an Akiza Izinski themed Rose Dragons meets Plants deck. We got ourselves our Rose Dragons. We're going to be synchro summoning out the wazoo today. We have a whole smorgasbord of different synchro monsters, just a couple fusions, but mostly this is going to be a synchro deck. We're trying to synchro summon all sorts of monsters to combat our opponent in various situations. So we got ourselves our Rose Dragons, we got ourselves our plants. Big shout out to Mr. Claranus Venner, who wanted us to take a look at some Rose Dragons today. Well, plants, Rose Dragons, all that good stuff today. So we're going to be showing off this deck in good old Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, showing off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's. Having ourselves a good old time. So if you want the whole deck list, it's at the end as usual. But for now, let's head on into the action. Show off what this baby can do. Alrighty, everybody, our first opponent, another day, another card game. So with our deck, we can go first or second. It's got a little bit of both in here. And our opening hand is it's an interesting one. Certainly an interesting hand. I mean, Monster Born's always nice in a synchro deck. Lets me synchro summon even more. I've also got my right Rose Dragon, but sadly no other Rose Dragons present. We do have Kikos, we have Rose Fairy, which is part of another combo, so not ideal of that. But other than that, let's see what this guy's gonna do. Crazy the Virtuous. Alright, so we're up against Dogmatics. He probably already has Fleur-de-Lis too. If he didn't have Fleur-de-Lis, he would have searched Fleur-de-Lis. But no, he's gonna have that instead. Okay. Well, with all that said and done, let's summon out Kiklos the Circular Fairy. This guy gets summoned, I just ditch a card, and then search out an insect or plant tuner. Normally, you're getting Variant, and it's a good thing we already had Variant. Okay. Okay, that's how we want to be. Let's special summon our Variant. Summon him to the board, and because we summoned a tuner specially, we can special summon this thing. This is a Dark Rose Fairy. Very nice little additional body on the board. It's a synchro deck. You always want the more bodies on the board. Tuners, non-tuners are the works. What are you doing? Choosing something a fusion, banishing materials from the field to the grave. I don't think you have any Shaddolls, sir. Maybe you're about to get one. We'll find out in a minute. What are you trying to do? I have, funnily enough, one of the better hands for dealing with this. Still don't know what he's trying to do, though. That's the problem. What did he ditch? On earth is that? Tri-Brigade. Oh, you just wanted even more stuff in the grave. Okay. I mean, that's fine, too. Let me think about this. I can't special summon White Rose Dragon. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because this can be treated as a non-tuner monster. But only for plants. That's true. See, 8, 9, 10, 11. I make a lot of things with this opening. Let's special summon White Rose Dragon and just see what our pool looks like. See what sort of things we can make. Can't be beaten in battle with extra deck monsters, but I can sure as heck do other things to your board. So, what we're gonna do here. Yeah, let's go with this way. Let's go ahead and summon out our Black Rose Dragon. We're not going to use its effect at the moment. We're actually going to use White Rose Dragon's effect. We're going to just deck thin a little bit, send a high-level plant to the grave. Fleur-de-Lis, you foolish fool. That was a foolish mistake, my friend. I didn't even use Black Rose's effect. I'm not going to. No, we have better things to do with that. Like use Monster Reborn. And we're going to double-check that I don't need a specific... I'm pretty sure I don't need a specific tuner for this. No, I don't. I just need to be a level 3 tuner. So, we're going to get, let's just get Variant back. That'll work. That ought to work right there. So, we're going to summon Variant back. And we're going to summon our big honkin' chonkin' boss monster. Actually, hold on one second. Do I want to use this effect? Send a card from hand or field to the grave. Place this card on the bottom of that. Nah, I don't need to do that. Tempted. But I think we're fine. Let's summon out our Ruddy Rose Dragon. When this thing's synchro summoned, I banish everything in the grave, and then I can nuke the board. This is very powerful. And unlike the original Black Rose Dragon, this actually stays on our board. Unaffected by spells, unaffected by trap. That's not going to save you. Unless you have something other to do with that. That's not going to save you, brother. I'm just going to banish everything, nuke everything, battle phase everything, and that ought to do it for now. We hope, because if my opponent can come back from that, it's going to be a little tricky here. But yeah, that'll work just fine. I mean, if he tries to nuke my board or destroy Ruddy Rose, I can just tribute it and summon another Black Rose Dragon. So that's pretty neat. The only downside to Ruddy Rose, it is a one-time sort of deal, but, you know, it's hard to come back from that sort of thing. So, White Rose Cluster, why not? Our Cloister, which is normally what we want to start with, lets us special summon more plants from our hand. Pretty nice. And I can also boost up my dragon. Basically, before you draw, you just guess what kind of cards you're going to draw, monster, spell trap. And if you get it right, your synchros that are high level are going to gain an extra 1,000 attack for a turn. We mostly use this for the special summon, but you never know. An extra 1,000 attack can be good every once in a while. What is this doing? And a spellbook spell from deck to the hand, except for spellbook of judge. Oh, gosh, dang it. He got Nadir. Is unfortunate, because now what he's probably going to do is ditch Natis and get Maximus. I would guess. Or App Cologne. Add a Shaddoll card from deck or grave to the hand, then discard a card. Alright. Are you going to actually use App Cologne? Okay. That is unfortunate, because yeah, he's got to get a card, then he has to ditch a card. But more importantly, he has his Maximus, and that's going to allow him to screw with my extra deck. Which is not something I'm a fan of, because I like my extra deck just fine, thank you. That he's probably going to ditch Natis here. Natis and... Well, I think App Clone's like a once per turn. What did he do? Yeah, there's the Natis, so I'm going to have to discard a couple cards. Dang it, I like all my cards. Yeah, sadly, Moonlight Dragon doesn't count for that. I guess... Sylvan Danceapone, who I like, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use you. And I guess Rose Garden. Rose Garden, girl. What do these do? This card sent to the grave. Target face-up card opponent controls, return it to the hand. I see. But you tried to blow something up. Therefore, I shall negate you, and I will summon forth the Black Rose Dragon. Who does have a nice effect for dealing with Maximus, actually. Yeah, because finally, you might not know this, but Black Rose Dragon does have another effect. Most people forget that, especially people who play Black Rose Dragon. But I can banish the plants in my grave to change my opponent's monsters' positions, and also it reduces their attack. Pretty neat. What are you doing? Effect failure too? Okay. Well, I'm going to keep guessing monster, because that's what I want to have in my hand right now. Basil Root Shoot. Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world. Let's see. Alright. I totally planned this part. I'm going to use Garden Rose Maiden. I can banish it to revive my Ruddy Rose Dragon. Come back, Ruddy Rose Dragon. Sadly, you don't nuke the board again, but I don't need you to. Not at the moment. Let's see. I don't have a Rose Dragon to do, but I do have my boy. Let's go ahead and get... Well, not my boy. My girl. That's a girl dragon. Don't ask how I know. It's just the truth. But now it's in attack mode. Let's go ahead and do a good honk-and-chonk amount of damage. That, to the end of the day, that's what Rose Dragons like to do. Just a honk-and-chonking amount of damage. And I'm good with that. Alrighty. It's kind of funny that we're beating over a extra deck killer deck with our extra deck. It was funny to me. Okay, so none of these are doing it. He does have the Spellbook of Secrets, so we're not out of the woods just yet. He still has at least something he can do. He wouldn't have searched that card if he couldn't do anything with it. Okay, the Spellbook of Secrets. Getting blue. Okay, so he's just trying to draw more cards. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I keep another... I'm just double checking. No. No, I've already used up both of my Rose Dragons, which is a little unfortunate. That's one of the ones... For longevity, sometimes you consider running 3 Black Rose Dragons, but there's just so many different synchros you can make. It's hard to pick. What do we got? Banish up to 3 spellbooks from the grave. Apply these effects. How many spellbooks do you have in the grave? One. You have like 2. Always gonna banish my stuff. Well, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Because I can't change this to attack and change it to its mode. But then again, I have enough attack to beat over it anyway. So, unless he's got something else he can make, I think that's game right there. I think it might be. So, a good effort, sir, unless you got something else you can make. I don't think he does. And my opponent surrenders, because yes, that was going to be game right there. Alrighty, well, you get a perfect idea of what we're trying to do. It's pretty plain and simple. It's a synchro deck. We have a whole bunch of different synchros we can make. Ultimately, we want to make Ruddy Rose when our opponent has a nice fat graveyard. Banish it, nuke their board, deny them their materials. So, we got ourselves our first duel in, and we got to see everything we wanted to see. So, let's go for duel number 2, show off more of what this deck can do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. I'm feeling second this time. And we went first, let's go second. Let's go ahead. What do we have for a hand here? Interesting. Millennium Revelation, you say, some sort of Egyptian god deck. Reminds me of good old-fashioned Halakdai. Whether that's this, I don't know. No, I think this is just Raw. Okay. Gotta be careful with Raw, because he can be tricky. Quite tricky. So, Sphere Mode cannot be special summoned. Like, at all. So, okay. Must have a spare sphere. I gotta be... The only thing I need to be careful about here is having multiple monsters on the board. Because if he has Sphere Mode, I don't have a defense against that. I don't think there's really much defending against that. Ra's Disciple. Rasputin and all that good stuff. What are we gonna do here? Ra's Disciple. Okay. Cannot special summon except for Ra's Disciple. Summons 2 more copies of himself. And then he can use Chant. Gets that extra summon. Summons out Ra. Are you going to make it 10,000? He is. Activate Hinotama. I wish. That would be funny as... You have to admit, that would be funny as hell. If I had... let's see. Oh, he didn't... Oh, he forgot to banish the thing. He forgot to banish the... Whatchamacallit. If he banished a spell, this would have been bigger. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. I'm going to activate my Rose Princess. I'm going to discard that, get my Rose Cloister. Rose Cloister? What Pokemon is that? I don't know. Rose Cloister. So, we're going to use this. Special summon a monster from our hand. And so we'll special summon our Rose Rose Dragon. Very nice. This will add me a card that mentions Rose, and since we want to be chain blocking, let's go for our Dark Rose Fairy. Summon that to the board. This is totally punchable, unless... Wait. Nibiru. Oh, so blind. I should have known. Let's see. Let me think about this. I don't have anything that attacks directly, sadly. And I have a search of whoever I want. So... Oh, that's a tricky one. I kind of want the Red Rose Dragon, because he's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm actually going to go for Basil Root Shoot here. Because I can Foolish Burial, put my White Dragon in the graveyard, revive the darn thing. That way I have more options. I have many more options. So we'll send White Rose Dragon to the grave. And revivify it. Boom, Wakachu. There you go. Alright. So we've summoned... How many monsters is that? That's 3 monsters. Can I make... Baron de Fleur? No, but I can make Black Rose Dragon the original. Why not? I'll make Black Rose Dragon the original, and maybe this will work. I'm gonna field nuke. I'm gonna field nuke everything, because when a plant leaves the board, I'll summon out Plant Fairy. And then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Apparently, oh wait, I still have no normal summon. There's that too. Did I mention that? Oh no. Death by Spore. Death by Spore. Oh, all right. Well, that was a nice, quick and easy duel. My opponent. Wait, hold on. He's not done. He's got something. He's got something. What is it? I don't know, but he's got something. I'm attacking with Spore. Okay. He doesn't have anything. There you go. Victory by Spore. Who would have guessed? All righty. Well, that was more my opponent destroying himself, honestly. And, you know, Black Rose Dragon will take advantage of an opponent that's self-destructive. That's just how it goes. But there you go. We were able to nuke board and beat over with Spore. Our life goals, we checked off another mark on the bucket list. Win a duel with Spore. So, good on us for duel number 2. Let's go for duel number 3. Maybe a little more back and forthy sort of things there. I mean, the first duel was pretty back and forthy, I suppose, but there's still some more things we can do with this deck. So let's go for duel 3. All right, everybody, the third opponent of the fight in the third. And we've gone first and second. I'm gonna switch in between the two. What do we have? Ooh, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, whenever you start with the White Rose Cluster, nothing bad there. And we're gonna go ahead and activate our Cloister here, and we'll summon out our Kiklos. Good old Kiklos. And that's a lot of tuners. I do have a lot of tuners in this deck. I'm gonna send Spore to the grave. And we'll get ourselves our circular dude. Okay. We'll have a nice easy going first turn here. Nothing too crazy or nothing. And let's see. Like Circle of the Fairies. I can also make my Cross Rose Dragon. And a plant, something a Rose Synchro monster indeed. So why not? Let's go ahead and summon out Cross Rose Dragon. And then we'll special summon our Rose Girl from our hand, which I could just normal summon, but either way. Basically, what this allows me to do is Spore. Spore. I have too many tuners on the board at the moment. No, I think we're fine right there. We'll just give it a shot. We'll give it. It's a very delicate thing we have going for us right now, but Cross Rose is an interesting card because basically it allows me to synchro on my opponent's turn. I distribute itself in a plant, and then I can just nuke the board with my Black Rose, my Ruddy Rose, what have you may. I might need to do that. What does it do again? Cannot target cards in the field zone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is, it's Malefics. Okay, I've not seen Malefics do in a long time. I can't remember the last time I played Malefics. Goodness gracious. It's funny. They got all that cool stuff from Malefics. So like, they got the parallel gear to synchro with the hand. They got the thing that searches the darn thing out. They got protection. The fact that you can have more than one Malefic on the board. There's a lot of cool stuff that they can do. You just never see it. People don't play them no more. So this will be an interesting... Oh no, it's Baron de Fleur. Well, there goes my plan. Target Malefic, summon, negate, banish, gotcha. Well, I mean, there's nothing I can do now. I might as well bait out the Baron's effect. Might as well. I mean, maybe. If I can draw a plant or something... Oh, wait, no, Monster Born doesn't work there. I need regular Monster Born. Bestial Dust Peter. No, leave my field spell alone, you monster. Oh. You're gonna pop your own spell. Why would you do that? Okay. Well, this is an unfortunate thing. You know? I had a nice plan, and I hesitated. I should have known that it was going to be Baron de Fleur. But no, instead I was like, I can take it for a turn. I want to get as many cards in the grave as possible. No, got greedy there. Let's see. Rose Girl. Oh, that's another gosh darn tuner. There's a thing that sometimes with this deck, I just get a lot of tuners and things. Let's see. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Hopefully get something on the board. Hopefully. Kind of need something, because sadly, Kiklos can't change it. Flarevent can become a non-tuner. He's kind of my best bet here, because that's not an activated thing. So I can still do that. Let's go ahead for Spore, I guess. Why am I not? I still have something, do I not? Doth I not haveth more? No, that doesn't stop me or anything. Okay. So I at least have something on the board. I'll take it. I summon forth the circular fairy. And then Kiklos will summon himself back. Might as well. Might as well. I don't see any reason not, because now my circle of fairies is nice and big. Is he big enough to save me? No. Am I going to try to? Yes. Hold on. Life points are less than the opponents. This card unaffected by card effects. Pay 1,000. Target monster control. Card your opponent controls. Banish them. Aw. Was not expecting to do this today. I summoned forth Psychic and Punisher. And he's now 4,500 points a beat because of my field spell. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pay 1,000. I'm going to attempt to banish a couple of my opponent's cards. Well, one of mine, one of his. Skill drain. That, oh, frig, that does work. Well, balls. Balls. Well, I guess that means it's game over for us, but gosh dang it, there was hope there for a second. There was hope. I go out on my own terms, sir. I guess GG to you and your skill drain. Gosh dang it. We had a moment there where we had game. We had Punisher. I was going to banish his stuff. And then Punisher would have become huge. I could have beaten over Baron the Fleur. Gosh dang it. We had everything set up. But sometimes you just don't win anyway. Your opponent just says no to skills, all to drains. But we got time for one more duel today. So let's head on into it. Show off a little bit more with this day. We showed off most of it. But I just want to duel again. I just really do. Alrighty, everybody, the fourth and final opponent, last chance at romance. Let's get on in there. Let's see. I'd like to go first, but I think my opponent's going to make me go second. But that's, again, it's fine. Oh. The perfect going second. We opened with all 3 Rose Dragons. That is nutty. That is absolutely crazy. We're going to go ahead and summon out our White Rose Dragon. Normal summoned, or summons a rose from the deck, or from my hand. So, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we'll summon out our Roke's Crow's Dragon. Hello. And I'll search me another card. I've got my Red Rose Dragon, which when he's used as material, summons just another Rose Dragon from the deck. Let's see. Yeah, Basil Root Shoot. Basil Root Shoot Toot indeed. Let's see here. Activate Basil Root Shoot. That's a tuner. I need a non-tuner. Yeah, sadly, this doesn't send us any play. It has to be level 4 or higher plants. But it's something. So we'll summon out all the Rose Dragons. And since I'm going first, I'm going to go ahead and make a Moonlight Dragon, because that gives me some interruption on my opponent. Just a little bit. And so now both of these are going to activate. Let's go ahead and use Red Rose, followed by the White Rose. That'll work. And plus, I can make like Baron de Fleur and then just, you know, bring back Moonlight Dragon. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That'll work just fine. You know, we'll have a nice little opening board here. So let's see, and kick close to the grave, and we're gonna special summon. I'm gonna send a. That's a good question. What do I want to send to the grave, or summon to the field? I should say. I guess White Rose Dragon. Doesn't really matter too much. Not yet. Okay, but now that we've done all that, let's go ahead and summon out our Baron de Fleur. It's a Frenchman. And yeah, let's Monster Reborn. I can bring back Kiklos, but I kind of want to keep the card in my hand. So I'm just going to keep it nice and simple this last duel. You know, I'm going to keep it nice and simple. We'll summon out our Black Rose Dragon. We'll have our Baron de Fleur. I've got White Rose if I need the darn thing. If he has Nibiru, well, that sucks, but I can stop it. And I'll set a card, and that will do it. That'll absolutely do. I mean, if he had Nibiru, I was going to say I could use Crossroads Dragon, but trip this card a plant. Yeah, I had to trip it a plant monster, and I wouldn't have had a plant. I don't have any plants at the moment. I've got them. I just don't have them right at the moment. Okay, it's 3 set cards. Is this Labyrinths, perhaps? Could quite possibly be labyrinths. Labyrinths that haven't drawn a monster, or he just really wanted to set his cards right away. Not sure. Regardless, let's see what we get. Ooh. Ooh, I like the reasoning spell. Always such a fun card to play, because we have a lot of different like levels in our deck, and our opponent's just like, oh lordy, what do I pick? So many things. Really just it's a mental thing where oh, of course, he said the one thing I wanted to keep. Alright, well that's fine. Let's go ahead and put this in attack mode. And we'll go ahead and use Baron de Fleur's effect. We'll pop the monster. I don't trust it. What is it? Dinowrestlers. Oh, I just had to play Dinowrestlers the other day. I know how hard it is to make that deck work. I know, brother. I know how hard it is. Yeah, this will revive itself. That is true. Well, it doesn't matter to me too much, but yeah, we'll attack with Baron de Fleur. And we'll attack with our Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, as we do. Trying to remember if Pank and Spank is a once per... I don't think... Is it? Is Dinowrestler Pankratops once per turn? Because I could potentially interrupt that. I'm just thinking out loud. I got Moonlight Dragon. I can bounce things that are special summon and all that, so... You know. You know it. You know it. What have we got? Ankylo. Ankylo Ren. Or something. He doesn't even look... I mean, he's got the helmet. Disney inspired? I hope not. Regardless, what are we up? We got Fossil Dig. So this is Dinowrestlers. Like putting down my own son. I did Dinowrestlers the other day, and it was really dang hard to get that deck working. And this guy's trying really hard. He's got Ankylo, of all things. Let's see. Attack your opponent's battle. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice hand trap. I find that with how Yu-Gi-Oh! Has gotten, it's really hard to make the hand trap Dinowrestlers work. But my opponent, well, mayhaps he's a bigger duelist than I. He's actually trying to make them work. Alright, so Fossil Dig, getting Petite Pterodon. Okay. Cool. Destroy by card effect, summon a dinosaur from the deck. Uh-huh. I assume you're going to destroy yourself. Or, conversely, you're going to overlay your monsters into something. Into what? What on earth are you going to overlay them into? 2 level 2s? Centaria? Sprites? Something else? Did my game crash? No. Okay, it was Centaria. Okay. Can't be destroyed by battle while it has materials. This card battles a monster. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Centaria, but it doesn't really work against the board we have at the bottom. Ooh, hello. Man, I'm getting all the Rose Dragons in this duel. And none of the plants. Where are my plants? Alright, Basil Root you. Well, at the very least... Should I? Could I? Would I? Dare I make the ultimate dude? Part of me really wants to. Let's see. Summon a Rose Dragon from the hand or the grave. Is this a Rose Dragon? It is a Rose monster. Because I'm thinking here that I could make Ruddy Rose Dragon and nuke the board. That seems a little wasteful, though. Dang, I really want to do that, but it's just really wasteful to do that. I really want to, though. I really, really do. But if Baron had used her effect, I would have no problem doing that. But I haven't done that, so we're just going to go for basic stuff. Go ahead and summon... Let's just summon the OG Black Rose Dragon. We'll compromise there. We'll summon out the OG Black Rose. We are not going to nuke her on board, because that'd be silly. And then, yeah, we'll use this. We'll use that. And we won't use that. Very good. Alright. Let's get... Who has the most attack between you two? You do. You have the most attack points. And we'll send Gigaplant to the grave. And let's go ahead and use our Rose Dragon's effect. Sorry, Gigaplant. When I originally made this deck, I was really gunning to focus more on Gigaplant. That's going to have to be a post-100 days thing. Or I'm just going to, like... You know, I'm going to make a whole deck based around Gigaplant. That's what I want to do. Double hooking. Fascinating. Indeed. All right, so battles of monster, attach material, turn that monster to the hand. I'm good. You know what? I could even allow that, but no, my opponent will surrender. Understandable, but I have to commend my opponent for trying to make Dinowrestlers work, because that's a hard deck to make work. But he gave it a good shot. So let's go for the end screen. We'll talk a little bit more about this deck and what's coming up for the final 2 days. Alrighty, everybody. So our Rose Dragon and Keys deck went 3 out of 4. Went very well today. You know, we were able to do our Synchro summons. We were able to get our Ruddy Rose, our Black Rose, all that good stuff onto the board. Start beating into my opponents, wiping out their graves. That's what this deck likes to do, is just make big honkin' chonkin' Synchros and go for it. We got to summon a lot of our Synchros. We didn't summon like everybody. Didn't use Black Garden half as much as I thought I was going to do. But that's more of a situational, like, going first strategy anyway, so it's okay. It's okay. We got to do the Black Rose, the Ruddy Rose, a little bit of End Punisher, a little bit of Baron the Floor, a little bit of everything here. So I hope everybody did enjoy today's deck. Don't forget, like button, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. The 100 days is almost over, folks. You only have so much time left. That's right. But real quick, let's go over the deck list, and then we'll talk about what's tomorrow's deck. So for today's main deck, I played 1 Gigaplant for flavor, 1 Witch of the Black Rose for our combo with our Ruddy Rose Witch, 3 copies of the White Rose Dragon, because it lets me summon out more Rose Dragons from the hand of the grave. Good old Kikalos, because it lets me search tutor monsters and recurs himself. We have a Rose Croix Dragon, which searches out more Rose Dragon cards. We got ourselves our 3 copies of Rose Princess to get our Cloister, and is also a body on the board that can become a tuner as well. We have our Red Rose Dragon at 1, because we can only have 1 of the darn thing. 1 Variant the Circular Sorcerer is a tuner we can special summon. 2 Rose Girl for the same exact reason, if it's a tuner that we can special summon. 1 Rose Fairy for the combo with our Black Rose Witch. 3 copies of Lone Fire for summoning out our plants of various potential. 2 copies of the Dark Rose Fairy, so when we special summon all of our many tuners that we special summon, we can summon this thing from our hand. 2 copies of the Ruddy Rose Witch for our combo with the Witch of Black Rose. It can also allow itself to recur our Black Rose Dragons that are banished or in the grave, so very nice thing there. And 1 copy of the Spore. Always have the Spore. We have 1 copy Instant Fusion for cheating out things like Mud Dragon or Sea Monster Theseus as a tuner and a non-tuner in case we happen to need them. 1 for 1 for getting our Ruddy Rose Witch on the board. Reasoning, because we have a whole bunch of different levels. Terraforming, because sometimes you just in case you want to start with Black Garden, but you can't get into the darn thing. 1 Foolish Bear for just ditching whatever you want to the graveyard. Monster Born to revive those cards. Called by, stop Ash Blossom, pretty simple. We got the new Monster Born spell, because a lot of the things we're reviving, we don't need to use their effects right away. So also nice card there. We have Basil Root Shoot to just summon out more Rose Dragons again, hand or the grave. So a lot of things there with the Foolish Barrel just gets its work done in this deck. I ran 1 Mark of the Rose for more flavor. It's essentially the Snatch Steal, but legal. I ran it because it's a cool card. It's a very nice card. It just lets me steal my opponent's stuff. And it doesn't give my opponent life points. It just gives them their monster back. So, you know, we want to synchro that off as we can. Good old Black Garden is a kind of floodgatey sort of thing where anything your opponent summons will get weakened and you get tokens. You can also pop this to recur a monster whose attack equals the tokens destroyed. It's very situational, that part, but it can work. And 2 copies of White Rose Cloister in order to summon more monsters from our hand. We run 1 Crossroads to sync on our opponent's turn. Sylvan Dance a Pony to potentially summon more plants from our deck. We have Garden Rose 4 to sync on our opponent's turn. We got Garden Rose Maiden to search out our Black Garden. We have good old Queen of Thorns, which didn't get to do anything today, but is what it is. But my opponent summons from the hand a lot, and they're not playing plants, is a pretty good card. Good old Circle of Fairies for additional normal summons, as well as when my monsters that are in search of plants destroy stuff, I can recur life points and inflict damage. We have 2 Black Rose Dragon for Field Nuke, 1 Black Rose Moonlight for bouncing stuff, Crystal Wing for negating stuff, Baroness to negate and pop stuff, Ruddy Rose to wipe out everything, and good old-fashioned Psychic again Punisher to beat over everybody. We also have Mud Dragon as just a non-tuner, which can also change its attribute and protect things, so not bad there. And good old Theseus, just in case we just need another tuner or what have you. Side deck is just other plant-related things. There's also the Queen Angel of Roses, Fallen Angel. If you want to go for more high-level monsters in your deck, that's a thing. If you want to focus more on the Black Garden, might I recommend Cactus Bouncer. Normal summon this Scooty, play your Black Garden, your opponent summons something, you get a token. And then your opponent can't special summon anymore, so pretty nasty guy him. There's also Blue Rose Dragon, which we weren't playing today, but it can recur Black Rose Dragon or plants in the grave when he's destroyed, so that's an option. There's Caddy Corn, which when special summon or gets you a field spell from your deck to the hand, so if you really want to, again, Black Garden or White Rose Cloister, but we have enough searching for both, so, you know, I didn't find the need for it, but you can play it. Any Synchro that is generic and you can make it with the levels is good. Good old Treasurelog, good old Empress of the Blossom, which is a nice card. Splendid Rose, lots of different options there. Aromatherapy Jasmine's nice because, you know, you can recur your plants and all that stuff, or not recur them. You get to summon out more by tributing them more, but since we've got a lot of dragons in this deck, not as useful Jasmines. That's why I right-clicked, removed her from a universe. Rose Bell of Revelation is good as well if you want to go for those high-attack plants, because this can search those plants, and then you can banish this card to summon those plants. Good old Frozen Rose, which you can use to draw cards or add plants from your deck to the hand by tributing stuff. Good old Snatch Steal. If you want to not play Mark of the Rose like a lame-o, then go ahead, play Snatch Steal instead. Be consistent about it. Then there's Sword of Malice, which is a nice little equip that goes on to Black Rose Dragon, but it's very niche. It does make your monster gain 600 attack, gives it pierce damage, and then it weakens your opponent's monsters, and the monster battles can be destroyed by it. It's basically just for like beating your opponent's monster senseless, but I didn't find the need for it. There's Wall of Thorns if you want you want a Mirror Force of your own that's more plant themed, so that's a cool thing. And then there's Blooming of the Darkest Rose for, you know, I forget what this card does. It does something with Black Rose Dragons. I can't read it right now. I'm good. I think I'm good. Maybe. I might pass out in a minute. 100 days almost over. But thank you everybody for watching very much. Yes, for tomorrow's deck, I still need to finish it. Day 99, we're looking at, I gotta finish this deck up a lot. We're taking a look at the Masked Beast, the OG big stick wielder. That's right. So, I hope to see you guys there tomorrow for the 99th day of the 100 days. Until then, y'all stay safe and happy. You have a wonderful time. I'll see you tomorrow.